What's up, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. I'm Cooper Daniels, your host at the ReCoop. How's everybody doing? Rough days for sure, right? I'm a little under the weather. It's early here, but I'm going to keep on going, folks. So yeah, this is I don't want to lean in too much. I'm the guy, a lot of people, let's put the mic in front of me. This is like a running gag. See, folks, even when I'm trying to be serious, the microphone taunts me. Anyways, good morning to all the guys in the chat. Thank you so much for coming back and your constant support of this new show. I appreciate you guys. I see that there is, you like the mug? He likes the mug, the camera lens mug. Yeah, not a great time for the Algorand community. And we're going to dive in and we're going to try to make some sense of it. I'm going to do my best. I'll talk with you guys in the chat. And yeah, here we go. All right. So first, I just want to kind of go through what has happened. Well, there's a couple of announcements that we need to make here. I've been making them on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, follow me. It's at Coop_Daniels. I know most of you are actually probably watching me on Twitter or YouTube, of course. So, one, you have not rekeyed your account if you just imported the same keys to a different wallet provider. That is not how this works. Your private key is attached to the blockchain, not any particular wallet. So they would still have access, because the whole thing that has happened now, which is very obvious, is that someone or a group of someone's have accessed private keys in MyAlgo, and they are weaponizing that. A week ago, they drained the 30 largest accounts that they could easily get to, I imagine, because we still have not heard of, as far as I can tell, we haven't heard of any wallet being drained that wasn't in fact a MyAlgo wallet, and it wasn't using cold storage connected to a ledger, right? So we know that. So if you want to rekey your wallet, you can go to Para, you can go to DFly, go to their Twitter accounts. They have tutorials there. There's a lot of community members that have gone to do tutorials for how to rekey. But, in a lot of ways, it's kind of too late. I think, obviously do it. But I think, so a week ago, we had about 30 accounts drain, big accounts, people that we know, projects, VCs, and then a couple of days ago, this started to escalate again. We started to hear about Lofty. And then yesterday, it just really escalated. And now we are where we are. And we're seeing, especially people in the Algorand NFT community, in the community at large, not even NFTs, it doesn't matter. They are seeing their friends, they're seeing their favorite creators get drained. So I feel everybody's pain. And I don't know what else to say about that other than, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that this is happening. I don't know. All right. So there's that. And then there's also the idea. Okay. Well, let's actually, you know what? So, okay, that's where we're at, is that this has escalated. It does appear that the first batch of hacks was done manually. And then lately, this has been automated, and it's going after anybody and anything that they probably have access to. Okay. And whatever the automation was, it appears that it was only set to take ALGO. Now, there does appear to be some kind of nefarious manual thing also happening. I am hearing reports of some NFT wallets being rekeyed. So This person has an agenda past stealing the money, or this, whatever this is, has an agenda outside of stealing money. They're trying to destroy Algorand. This is obviously an attack on Algorand. And MyAlgo is the vessel. Now, it hasn't touched Algorand. It should be said over and over and over again. This is important information because facts matter, especially in a crisis situation. This has nothing to do with the Algorand blockchain. Okay? It has nothing to do with the Algorand blockchain. But it does have something to do with the community of the Algorand blockchain. It has negatively affected several people in that community, and it is certainly making it very difficult for Algorand in general. But this isn't an exploit of the Algorand blockchain. Okay, so you guys all know that, and we do know. And I'm not trying to equivocate here, but we do know that wallet hacks happen frequently. We had the Slope wallet with Solana. I believe that the Near wallet was, they found that there was access to private keys in the Near wallet. We can look at that a little bit later, just so you guys can have some perspective. So, I mean, web wallets are not safe. You guys all know that now. You don't need me to go on some wallet security trip. You could go to John Woods' Twitter profile and watch his wallet video that he put out yesterday. It's a good video, and John's fantastic. He's been communicating throughout this entire thing, giving us as much information as I bet he can. He's the CTO of the Algorand Foundation. So yeah. All right. So we got there's a lot of bad news. There's a lot of bad news when it comes to who has been drained. My Twitter feed is filled with people saying that I've been drained, and it's sad because it's a bit like when the first 30 happened. It tested empathy, I think, in a lot of people, because you see these people, you're like, why are they not securing their assets, especially when it's like investor funds. And then it's like, okay, wait, they were a project that never even happened. So they got funding and grants and all of this stuff. Your empathy was tested, right? And probably improperly tested, like, but this is just life, and we are who we are, and we're trying to navigate this and find answers. But when it starts happening to somebody that you're familiar with, that you're in the chats with, and you see that they lost 5,000 algo, or you see that they lost 20,000 algo, or you see that they lost 1,000 algo. I mean, all of the amount is proportional, you know what I mean, to the person. Okay, because that 1,000 algo was their ability to participate in the ecosystem. That was what they had to participate. And a lot of times it's the people with 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 10,000 that are the most active and supportive, because they belong, and is proportional to what they have access to. So it hurts. It hurts. And you can easily get dejected. But let's not get dejected. Let's find some answers. Let's get a resolution, and let's move the fuck forward. All right. So let's share and let's look at some tweets. And I mean, I don't know. Does anybody even care about the markets? I mean, I haven't looked this morning. I guess I'll look real quick. I guess I'm curious. Like, what algo, has there been any selling? If you have been affected, it probably is wise to reach out to your local law enforcement and get them involved if they are willing, because there are rules at exchanges. They will hold funds for a certain amount of time, and it may potentially help if they have law enforcement constantly contacting them to get them to hold funds for longer than they may normally. All right. So if you are affected and you have it in you to go reach out to law enforcement and hopefully get somebody that gives a shit and reaches out, power to you. Take care of yourself and secure your funds if you can. Now, that's another thing, folks. I mean, does anybody out there not taking this seriously anymore? Because I hope you are. All right. Let's just do this real quick. I promise I won't spend too much time on this. I'm just going to see. It's more for algo. Okay, so this is just sitting there, or maybe I need to refresh. Okay, so that's pushing down. It was trying to push up. It's the Fed, the Jerome Powell, our central bank man that is dictating the movement of our decentralized money, is going to be speaking to Congress today and tomorrow. And he's not going to say nice things. Like, let's not live in a, he's not going to say things that are going to pump the market. Or is he? I don't know. Who cares? So yeah, everything's pushing down right now. And Algorand is under 22 cents. But I mean, it's just proportional to everything else. Like Near's under $2. This tragedy's pushing down too. Yeah. Solana is pretty stuck to 20. Polkadot sinking. All right. There's that. Thanks, guys. Thanks for humoring me on that. Let's just do this real quick. Let me just see. Clearly, the futures aren't good. Okay, let's move on. All right. So we're going to go to Twitter. Let's read. I guess we'll start with, this is one that came up first. This is the Algorand Foundation. Yesterday, 16 hours ago, they tweeted, "Recap for our community. We want to provide clarity and reassurance regarding the unauthorized access and movement of assets from selected user third-party wallets." Are you guys seeing this? I got to make sure you're seeing this. You're not seeing it. All right. The Algorand protocol is robust and secure and has not been compromised. This is important. I mean, it's annoying maybe for them to continue to point this out, but it's important that everybody understands this, because I tweeted a couple of weeks ago. I said, hey, this is going to invite FUDsters. This is going to invite people with an axe to grind to FUD the hell out of Algorand. But no matter what this is, protect your funds. So I'm hoping there's a lot of guys in here, and hopefully gals that are in here that have been watching the show the last couple of weeks, and you have protected your funds. At that point, at least we're a club that did what we needed to do. And I'm grateful that is many questions that I had in my brain about all of this. I was always clear about we need to protect our funds. All right. And risk management. I talked about that a little bit too, because we, the individual, have to be our own risk manager. We have been in close communication with MyAlgo team during this investigation, but it's important to clarify that MyAlgo is a third-party wallet provider not directly associated with Algorand Inc. or the Algorand Foundation. They have to make this. There's probably a whole team of people in suits being like, you've got to say this. We're told by MyAlgo that they have not yet identified any security issue and are continuing to audit the platform, awaiting data from CDNs and VPN providers. As a precautionary measure, MyAlgo has requested all users to move their assets out of wallets that have interacted with their platform. Okay. And then once again, all users of MyAlgo must withdraw their funds or rekey their funds to new accounts ASAP. Do not wait. Create a new account. We've all seen this tweet. This is the popular tweet right now. Users of MyAlgo should withdraw funds now to newly created. Okay. So, they're giving us a basic thing. Please find a few tutorials, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. All right. People are upset about the communication. It makes sense. Look, it's important to stay in touch with your community when there isn't tragedy, because when there is tragedy, you need the community to rally around. And there may be some problems there, folks. Let's see. Let's go. Okay, this is Stacy, the CEO of the Algorand Foundation. And that's some more of her bio there. Okay, and then so this was her statement. Hi, Algo fam. We have made official statements, and John Allen Woods is our spokesman on it, as it should be. We have been formally reassuring you that it's not the protocol, but you know this by now. It's also not phishing, as we first maybe thought. That's probably really annoying to some people. They feel like that should have been said earlier. They may feel vindicated and irritated that this is coming later. I understand. especially if you lost a significant amount of money. This is like, you want answers now. But what if they don't have answers? Everyone or almost everyone is impacted. This person, I will refrain from other words that come to mind. I think she means words like this motherfucker or this asshole. And parents that have their kids around, I just want to say, kids, don't talk like the guy that is talking on YouTube. All right, sorry. Is moving balances from highest to lowest out of MyAlgo wallet. We are trying to help Rand Labs figure out where was the vulnerability, but honestly, they still have no idea. Folks, what the TF is happening? But honestly, they still have no idea. I'm not going to speculate on what that means, but that is a big deal. There's a couple of different things that can mean, and I'm going to leave it alone for today. We just don't know a damn thing at this point. We and you, more than I, have worked so hard to build this ecosystem, and we have such good momentum now. It's breaking all of our hearts. I have also lost funds in this, but I can't begin to imagine the pain folks are feeling. I guess I just wanted to say something from me unofficially as well about how sorry I am for all of our community, but more helpfully, please follow the foundation, John Allen Woods, Rand Labs for updates and guidance. We will do our damnedest to get to the bottom of this. We all need to band together, make sure this never happens again, and make the people impacted by this whole again. Let's get talk. Oh, that's, I was like, oh shit, she said that? But that's Dylan from Rand Labs. He's an ambassador at Rand Labs. Let's get talk of a recovery fund started today. I don't believe that that's a wise idea, Dylan. I think that we need to see this through. I think talking, and especially officially talking about a recovery fund, just invites a ton more scammers and people trying to game this. So I think that there shouldn't be any talk of a recovery fund. I think the only talk should be about how people that are currently have not lost their funds, how they can make sure that they do not. The message needs to be clear. If you have not lost your funds and you have a hot wallet on MyAlgo, you need to fix that immediately. And we need to figure out who the criminal is. And if you're watching the show, I hope you get caught. And if this is some plot that you've teamed up with other people, I hope all of you get caught. And I hope you're exposed. And I hope you go to jail. Right? That's what we all want. So if you're watching, or if you're somebody that kind of knows what's going on, or maybe this is a game, and you know whatever it is, folks, I just really want them to get caught. All right? But I also don't want them to turn their skills on me. So never mind. Forget I said that. Okay. Anyways, okay. That's that. And then I'm sure that there was brutal, there's 15 responses. Is there anything worthwhile? Why are the hackers' wallets not frozen still? Why is KuCoin not doing anything? How is passing the ball to your CTO going to help? I don't know. He's the guy that knows about the technology of the organization. Funds have to be frozen. Frozen where? What are you talking about? How are they going to freeze funds? This isn't Chase Bank. Wallets have to be frozen. Third parties have to be engaged. Bug bounties. Okay, look, that they can talk to him about that. Okay, apparently John Woods blocked Ant. Our community will be fine. Okay, is there anything? Okay. We need to get a recovery fund vote started in governance for future rewards to be used in helping. I just don't want to talk about that right now, guys. I think that is sort of reckless to be discussing that openly about, hey, we're going to make everybody whole because, and then it's just like, oh, shoot, this is going on again. I mean, I guess you can parse through that and figure it out. But at this point, can we just find out? I mean, before we start talking about a recovery fund, can we make sure that it's over? And that's another point. Yesterday, the draining was going from, here, let's go to D13. That guy's been very helpful throughout all of this. Let's see if he's posted anything important. Um, yeah, let's just look at that. 10 hours ago, if you had algo stolen from your Algorand account, please fill in this form. Would you guys fill out this form for D13? He has been working very hard on this. D13, if you're stuck at minimum balance and can't move your ASA, ask the community for a few transaction fees worth. If someone asks for an algo cent, 0.01, and you have it, consider giving it. I mean, absolutely. Okay, so yesterday it seemed that they were focused, whatever automated process was going on was focused on just algo. And but I want to say that if you have ASAs and they were left alone, protect your assets. Okay, so ASAs you're seeing that they're coming back, whether this person manually did those 30 accounts and then sold a bunch of seed phrases on the dark web, and now there's this kind of mishmash of people going after it with using script and automated whatever. It's still potentially the initial person could be, if they have an axe to grind, if they really are trying to do something further. And that's what makes me think that when they start rekeying NFT wallets, that means that they're trying to hurt the community in Algorand in general, because they're not going to be able to sell these JPEGs. I mean, are you kidding me? Rand Gallery, EXA Market, Place, all of them, Shuffle, Algo X NFT, they're going to NFT Explore. They're all going to label these things stolen, and nobody is going to buy it. And then if you accidentally do buy it, nobody's going to buy it from you. So those are the most illiquid assets in the world, but it is sort of devastating and makes everybody not feel safe. There's something fishy going on, folks. And I don't believe it's just totally money motivated. But I mean, obviously it could be. All right. I saw that the Gecko Fam, a very popular NFT project, they had their vault drained. I think ALGO Give Kings, is that what it is? It's a sad day for the Kings. Oh man, I didn't know how big it was. It's a sad day for the Kings. I don't know what to say about this. I just found out that the Wicked Prince wallet has been hacked. 40,000 plus algo gone. All our hard work, hundreds of hours spent on the Wicked Prince, and this happened. Sorry, guys. There's a lot of guys. Let me just look in here real quick. Yeah. How you guys doing? What's going on over here? You guys have any questions over here, or anything that you can? Oh, that's another thing. I have heard that maybe ASAs, but now I'm realizing that it does appear that if you're seeing oh, that was another one. That was another one. Let's look at. I thought I had that queued up. That was one that was. Okay. Let's share this. Cosmic Champs. Cosmic Champs is play to earn NFT mobile game. Exciting looking game. Important notice, we have removed all liquidity from CosG to protect the project's funds and our community's tokens. The recent hacker stole a large amount of CosG from at least one of our whales' wallets. This was enough CosG to drop the token price by over 50%. CosG is Cosmic Gold, I believe. And then they'll be hosting an AMA to provide more detail about the migration process for CosG. And so they're going to do a version 2 of their token when I imagine they did a snapshot of the holders. So those people will be made whole and given a new token. So maybe actually dismiss what I said earlier about ASAs. I know a lot of ASAs have been left. ALGO has been drained, and then ASAs were left. So that makes me feel like there's just different people, there's different attack methods. And if I remember correctly, I think Vestige, so what's happening is these whale wallets are getting drained and then they're getting dumped. So if your ASA is getting dumped, it's probably because one of the whales in that community was impacted by this, and they sold it. They sold it, folks. So there's that. Cosmic Champs as well. Let's go, actually. That would be a good site for us to go to. Let's go to Vestige and check that out. Actually, I can just go here. I have more Twitter tabs already open. Let's go to Vestige. Okay, you guys can see it. So yeah, Cosmic Gold, they pulled all their liquidity. It looks like Akita Inu was also affected by this, which is heartbreaking, frankly. Kirby.algo, who has been working tirelessly to reinvigorate this project. Just the other day, they just released staking in a very cool way. They're awesome looking NFTs. The dogs are awesome. This is one of the premier meme coins with actual people that care, that aren't looking to rug like an AI Inu or whatever. Well, yeah. I mean, we can see that's quite the candle right there. Anyways, we're going to have to, it's only Tuesday. I will parse through a lot of this stuff, but clearly Cosmic Gold is down 93% because they pulled liquidity, and they have a plan to help everybody. And that's that. So I was on to something. I mean, look, let's just look at this real quick. Anybody that's interested? Anybody that's interested in this, just to get some perspective. Solana and Slope Wallet users drained in suspected exploit. Users are recommended to move SOL tokens to a ledger, as well as revoke trusted apps or lock them up via staking. August 2nd, 2022. Users of the Phantom wallet are complaining of funds being drained without their consent. Several commentators are pointing toward an exploit relating to the wallet or NFT marketplace Magic Eden. Users of Solana digital wallets Phantom and Slope are claiming millions have been stolen from an unknown exploit linked to the wallets or associated trusted apps. According to several users, we are working closely with our team to get to the bottom of reported vulnerability in the Solana ecosystem. At this time, the team does not believe this is a Phantom-specific issue. Users said they are receiving notifications that they are sending tokens to an unknown set of addresses. The total amount of funds drained so far is suspected of totaling more than 6 million in Solana for more than 7,760 wallets. I believe that number grew as this story unfolded. and potentially even 6 million grew. I don't know. Blockworks was unable to immediately independently verify the total token amount. All right. So you see that this happened here in Solana, something like it. And then, at the same exact time, actually, a couple days later, Near Protocol discloses wallet breach. So this is right after. Now, this is just, they exposed that there was a wallet breach a couple of days after that Solana exposure. But Near Protocol discloses wallet breach that may have exposed private keys. After this week's Solana wallet hack saga, Near shares details of a potentially similar issue that it said was fixed back in June. So this happens everywhere, folks. This happens. It's brutal. It's a brutal thing that happens. And like I said yesterday, we can simultaneously be extraordinarily alarmed and telling everybody to take precaution and also be aware that we're in a bubble and we're panicking each other. So I would like to potentially calm everybody, but it's hard because this is the issue I have is that they don't know what the problem is. Now, they don't know what the problem is. It just makes me feel like somebody had access, and they can't see what that they can't see it because they didn't need anything. Anyways, I don't know. I actually don't want to speculate about that right now because I don't know, and I don't want to accidentally hurt anybody. I mean, and I have to push back just a little bit on this, like, immediate, and it happened early on, this immediate thing, like empathy goes both ways, folks. I feel empathy for all of the users and everybody that has been drained 100%. But MyAlgo just got brutalized. Now, oh yes, if it wasn't safe, it wasn't safe, and that's their fault. And they're responsible, and they're going to have to stand up and take whatever it is that comes towards them. That's part of the game. That's part of when you build something, people are relying on that thing to protect their funds or for some reason, and not taking precaution, whatever, you're going to have to take all that heat. But they potentially have lost everything on this. C3 protocol has been a passion of theirs that they've been building for a very long time. They have Jump, they have massive backing, they were about to launch. And then on the Algorand Foundation side, these people are making progress, like momentum, building things, announcing things in India, announcing things in the UAE, and just getting a new CMO with interesting credentials, and had connected with the community. This is a huge blow to all of that. Now, can it recover? Of course, because maybe this isn't as big of a deal as we're all making it out to be. But of course, it's a big deal because people have lost over I think it's up to 1,500 wallets at this point have been drained. So of course, this is a big deal, but these things, and certainly if they truly do not know what the thing is, let's not live in a fantasy world where we think that these are amateurs working on this. That is a utter fantasy. If you think that whoever's helping MyAlgo on a technical side, including probably some of the top cyber professionals in the world, I'm sure they're bringing in. I don't know. I'm not involved in that in any capacity. I don't know anything. But you've got to imagine that there's a team of lawyers, there's a team of there's all of these tech geniuses why we're here, giving their input. Who knows? I don't know what this looks like, but I think it's pretty damn safe to assume that the best of the best is looking at this and doesn't know what happened. And if that is actually true, that they don't know what happened, then that is what's going on. What the hell is going on? And that means that there is very, very, very much a criminal. And that isn't just your traditional hacker that gains access. There is somebody that is very much a criminal that needs to be caught. But my point is that, everybody immediately is like, we want answers. We want answers now. And it's like we're looking to centralized entities to make this okay. We need this to be okay. Make us whole again. Looking at you, Foundation. Like, what are we doing, folks? Like, this is decentralized money. This is blockchain. Like, the Algorand Foundation is not as important as you're making it out to be. They have the treasury. I get it. They have it. They need to fund. There's been a lot of faults. And if I boil it down, I think it's two things. It's governance and being out of touch. And being out of touch is actually hurting a lot right now, because the community has felt not engaged with. The community, when they were trying to push back on certain things, they defended their own more than they even would answer questions. So that out of touch thing is a problem, because you want everybody to rally and you don't want them to be pointing the fingers at the people that are trying to fix the problem, because we're pointing fingers at the people that are trying to fix the problem right now. And it's kind of brutal. So that out of touch thing is a problem. Now, governance is one of those things that we need to fix. So when it gets to who's getting what from the treasury, because blah, 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 we got to make these decisions. And I believe that everybody is working on that. And I will continue to work on that. But if you want my show to be this witch hunt of the foundation, I'm not going to do it. I don't care. Of course, we need to hold people liable, and we have to call it like we see it. And there's been missteps, of course. But Jesus Christ, like, it's just this constant thing that I'm not here to, like, this isn't Best Buy and I feel ripped off and I want to talk to a manager. Like, I don't really, and maybe you guys can help me. And believe me, guys, like, listen, I'm popping off on this, but I can listen and I can change my mind and you can get through to me. I promise. It's just, to me, my reaction, it's not my first reaction. This has been going on for a while. My reaction is, the people that are trying to fix this need to fix this. And once this is fixed, then we can do a postmortem and we can figure out what needs to be done next. But all of this blame, all of this, like, thinking that there's, what needs to be done. Like, what's happening behind the doors. Like, who they're talking to. Like, what law enforcement is telling them to say. Like, what lawyers are telling them to say. Like, I've been in these rooms, folks, and this is a scapegoat. This is hurt people trying to hurt and get their money back. And that makes sense. But at some point, we need to collaborate with the people that are in charge of, figuring this out. So my point is that my condolences do go out to every single damn person that has lost money. But also, like, my condolences go out to MyAlgo as well. In a lot of ways, and I don't want to freaking write their obituary. They very easily can bounce back for this. And I'm overstating how damaged that they have been by this. But this is clearly a coordinated attack on them. This is happening exactly at the time of their launch. There is so much crap that goes on in this industry. There are these titans that are fighting right now, and it just so happens that it's possible that C3's in the middle of that. I don't know. That's a little bit of a fantasy that I talked about last week, but I'm just saying these people were on the verge of launching. They were just starting their PR campaign, and then whatever was happened has gone, right? And they deployed their thing. And the Algorand Foundation, I don't know. I don't know what they should be doing because I don't know what they can do. It feels like people definitely should have been warned more aggressively that they needed to do this. MyAlgo certainly should have put a flag on their things. Don't open a wallet. Don't do this. Stay away. I think that they've recently done that. You had people like me 2 weeks ago screaming about it, but my reach isn't huge. You know what I mean? My reach isn't that huge, but I've been yelling about this since from like 2 weeks ago. I got called a fudster. I would go to I almost never go to Telegram because it's just always, I don't like it there. I don't like the way it's formatted, and I just don't like it there. I don't really go to Telegram that often, but I need to because there's work to be done on Telegram sometimes. But what I'm saying is that I got called a fudster for telling people, no, I don't know what this is. This could be phishing. This could be a hack. This could be malware. This could be all the different things. But the only thing that you need to do is protect your funds. I was doing that. I do wish that more people were yelling that. Of course. Of course, I wish that. It's hard, man. This is difficult for everybody, and I feel bad for everybody. And I don't want to sit here and repeat myself and give you guys my inner. I'm turning into the Weblin guy. What if I just went, I just hit a bong right now, and then this show would turn. I would get paranoid. It would be weird. In the last 10 minutes, I'd be like, oh God. And then it would occur to me like, wait, these fucking guys could come after me. They come after me. What am I doing? Just leave them alone. Go back to editing your video so you can take out anything that might hurt people. Oh man. Anybody else? And what are you guys saying over here? Are you guys calling me an asshole? What are you guys doing? Let's look at it. We only have about 10 minutes left. Take a hit. Give him a break, Coop. He spent a lot of time coding. Okay, good. You guys are still my friends. Copyright. Hit it like Weflin did. All you guys joking about me. I mean, I want to joke with you guys about me being the hacker, but for some reason, and I am the least sensitive joke teller in the world. I'm having a hard time going with that joke right now. But I mean, I get it. I wouldn't be mad at you if at this point you made a short PSA at the beginning of the show about the hack of precautionary measures and then move on to something positive. I get it, Algo. Nice. Like, look, it just like this event, it feels like it's never going to end. But it's going to. And if you're watching my show and you're like, when the hell is Cooper going to get fun again? Let's make Cooper fun again. It's going to happen. Let's just look real quick because I'm going to look at this because wouldn't this be rich? Hold on. It's not even funny if affects it, but I'm going to share a screen again. Let's go to this rag. Hold on. Was it here? I saw it on my own. I didn't queue it up today. Where is it? All right. I might have to Google it. Amazon NFTs will be tied to real-world assets, token possible. Amazon Marketplace will tie digital ownership to physical goods delivered to customers' doors. Guys, this isn't ending. I mentioned it the other day, Elon Musk tweeting about, I'm hearing that, Web3, no longer web crypto, and now AI. This isn't ending. That's at some point, if you have cash reserves and that type of narrative, because this does feel like there's a massive movement against crypto right now. It presents opportunity for the people with conviction. Don't let your conviction get shook unless it's shooken. You know what I mean? Like, of course, if you change your mind about this, if you're like, look, I can't deal with this, like, you got to go. You got to go and you got to protect yourself and protect your money or what's left of it. Amazon Marketplace will tie digital ownership to physical goods. I saw that there was a guy doing a video on this, and he definitely included ALGO as one of the things, but I didn't watch the video. Representatives from Amazon working on the project have contacted layer one blockchains, blockchain gaming companies, and other types of both emerging and established digital asset projects. The company has either hired or is looking to hire or partner with dozens of Web3 oriented developers. Amazon's intention is to create some type of private blockchain, multiple sources said, adding that it's not clear whether that could come about via a fork of an existing protocol. Interesting. Well, we all know that Algorand, couldn't be forked in a traditional sense, but the code can easily be deployed, and they could use Algorand. I mean, I don't know what exactly that would do other than name recognition for Algorand if it were a private forked blockchain with the same stack, but whatever. One of them dubbing the setup as a very walled garden. Okay, well, there you go. Whatever that is. I guess I hadn't really looked into that all that deeply, but I guess what that is telling me is, yeah, I just thought it might be rich if during the middle of all of this, it was like Amazon's going to, use Algorand blockchain technology for their NFT marketplace. Anyways, all right. I have not heard from Jay. Okay, I'm going to go through some of these questions and then we're going to sign off. I got, anyone heard from JT recently? He okay? Well, I heard from him on Twitter and I don't know if he's okay. We're going to ask him about that. It will be hard for the wallet to survive. Yes, it will. It'll definitely be hard for this wallet to survive. I don't know how it does, frankly. I don't really know if let's assume at this point, the only assumption you should make is that potentially all private keys aren't safe. All right. That's the assumption that you should probably make. So, yeah, maybe if you're rekeying from a MyAlgo wallet to like ParaWeb or DFly, maybe, hopefully that's safe. I don't know. I don't know the technology behind that, but it seems to be safe. I have not heard reports of a rekeyed wallet being compromised. There was rumors, and that's, again, there's fudsters and peoples with an axe to grind are going to try to create confusion. And please, for the love of God, make sure you know what you're clicking on. There are vultures. You saw it with Change One. Once we started to identify that some of the funds were going to Change One, we saw vultures from over there coming over here and trying to help. There's fake MyAlgo sites. There's fake parasites. There's fake parasites is what they are. Those parasites are parasites. There's parasites that are looking to suck what little blood is left out of this horse. There's people kicking this damn horse. So please be careful. Everything that you do, double check. I know I said it. I said yesterday on Twitter that everybody do not sign transactions that you have not double checked. And then somebody was like, if that is what this is going to be, crypto is never going to work. I'm not necessarily saying, of course you got to check your transactions. But what I'm saying is I'm not talking about mass adoption. I'm talking about right now. Let's say somehow they're able to get a transaction through to your hardware device. Don't be just signing ledger transactions. This is a time for diligence. And personally, this is a time for me to remember why I'm here. I got here because of decentralization and the censorship resistance and a lot of these things. So this puts it in puts this all in a morally complicated situation, I guess, or an ethical. It's not morals. I guess it's ethics. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that this is more complicated than, it's just more complicated. This is a distributed system, ledgers. Come on, guys. Look, this is what we've been doing. All right. I'm just going to, just for giggles, because this show is also supposed to not just be this And I hear you, Algo Nice. I'm ready to move on as well, but this will have to conclude for me to fully move on. I mean, people need to know what's going on. I'm just going to look really quick at this just to see what's going on. If there's any kind of news or anything we should know. So it's flat. They're not making any decisions until Jay Powell goes. Watch Fed Chair Jerome Powell speak live on Capitol Hill about interest rates and the economy. So I guess that's coming soon. Everybody's bracing for that guy to speak. So it could be an interesting day, or he can navigate it and it'll be fine. And then there's this. I don't care about any of that right now. They're not hiring. All right. We got a jobs report on Friday. So those are the market stuff. All right. Any questions, guys? Does anybody want to ask me anything before I go? I might have answers that I didn't say because I'm a little the bong coop. This shit is just unprecedented, no doubt. Me saying the word unprecedented is apparently unprecedented because I just stumbled through it. He's good. We got scammed in another way at the next block. What do you mean? You guys pass the touchy to the on the left-hand side. JT was on Twitter yesterday. Yeah. We'll share more on this week's show. Oh, God, you guys have been hit. Oh, man. On this week's show. When's your show, guys? Is that today? Crypto for Change? Thanks, Dave. Has this shaken your faith in Algo overall? No. I mean, my faith is not shaken in Algo overall. No. But, there's questions. How are we going to recover from this? Look, folks, the people that are heavily affected by this, I mean, I know a lot of these people aren't coming back to Algorand. Like, don't live in a fantasy world here. They're not coming back. They're upset. Some of them were upset before this. Let's be honest. And what's going to happen if this hacker or these hackers are successful? There's going to be a huge selling event of Algo. Now, maybe they won't be successful, and maybe the money will be returned back to the wallets, and we all can move on in that way. But if they are successful and they're able to sell, this is going to obviously drastically influence the price. And then guess what happens next? Algorand is a real project that has real world adoption happening, genuine momentum leading up to this event. Guess what's going to happen? New people are going to buy it cheap, and we're going to rise from this. Okay? That's how this works. If Algorand is worth saving, which I still believe it absolutely is, this isn't good for it. I'm not saying it is, but on the bright side, Algo Nice, you want me to be nice? On the bright side, an entire community has been deeply educated on crypto security. That's a good thing, 100%. It's so important, and we're seeing it in real time, and people are learning the lesson, a very tough lesson for the rest of us. There's about 1,500 people or wallets. I shouldn't say people. There's about 1,500 wallets that learned a very painful lesson for the rest of us. I hope that they, and they obviously learned it for themselves. But so that's a positive, and Algorand is going to rise from this. And it's unfortunately, the community isn't going to look exactly the same. And hopefully, this wakes up certain entities that are involved, that how important a community is and how important it is to stay connected and in touch, even when the community is annoying, right? Because you need them in the time of crisis. And I think they have them. And there's, it's just, anyways, you guys don't need to hear me ramble about this more. All right. So let's see. Wow. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to be looking for that 15 range for sure. Joker's back. Thank you for coming back, my man. Very generous guy. I think he's coming over from Cardano, helped me out with a wallet. I got some books. It's a web wallet that I opened. I think it's fine. Yeah, exactly. Everyone got a ledger now. Definitely buying in mass below 20 for sure. Do we actually think Silvio knows what's going on? Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure that Silvio is aware of this. I mean, I don't know for sure, but man, that would be weird if he wasn't. I just moved my funds. We will make it through this, no doubt. Scotty, we're going to get this. Going to get those people to tap. That hacker's going to tap out. They don't know who they mess with. They don't know who they're messing with. Okay. Me trying to be positive. Grant program should be for open source projects going forward. Kenneth, you're speaking my language. Do we know if they sold the algo on KuCoin? I asked that same question, sir, to somebody that may know, and they didn't know. All I know based on that is that the little information I know about these exchanges is that there is usually they'll hold it for about a week and then they don't hold it anymore. But I know that there are ways around that if they're being inundated with a lot of people that are from the law. You know what I mean? I just don't see any way that the funds are returned. Well, if they're not sold, if the funds aren't sold and they're on KuCoin and they're not going to let them withdraw it, I mean, there might be some way to do this, right? They've done it before, haven't they? How long did it take teams to identify the vulnerabilities with Solana and Near? Yeah, I should probably have done more diving into this. I wanted to know like what was the post-mortem on especially the slope. We wouldn't know about Near because I do think they actually caught the vulnerability of the exposure of the keys before it actually happened. So I don't know. I don't know I don't know. So I'm not going to pretend I do. I enjoy listening to Silvio on a reg day anyway. I don't know what that means, my man. NFT NYC next month already. I might go to that. I very much appreciated this rant today. Thanks, Fuzzy. Coop taking the stage at Ditto NYC. Nope. Is that happening right now? That's an exciting event. Oculus and their Spotify and I think Apple Music, they're doing some event. Isn't this happening now, Daisy? That's not happening during NFT NYC, right? Dustin would love to hear him speak. If anyone could bring a rally to the ecosystem, it is him. Oh, 100%. And I'd assume that Silvio isn't going to come out and speak until he can speak about it. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be all that helpful if Silvio had to speak around this because of investigations or whatever's going on, right? So I'm most interested for the Silvio speech or the Silvio interview on the ReCoop post-mortem where we can rally the community because of him, because frankly, what percent of you are here because you heard Silvio Macaulay speak about all of this on Lex Friedman, or you caught Silvio, maybe you're Italian and you caught Silvio and you identify with him over there, or you've been to a conference and you saw him, or you saw him at SALT the Scaramucci thing a year or two ago, or you saw him and you thought, man, this guy is serious. He's a major player. He has created zero knowledge proof. La da da. You got excited about that guy who is actually very hands off, except for hands on when he needs to be, right? How many of you are here because of that? And then on the other side, how many of you are here because of the Algorand Foundation, right? You're not. You're not here for them. They're here in order to manage the treasury on some level and help create adoption. And we need governance to be fixed. We need governance to be fixed. That's my thing. Okay. That's the thing that I'm going to yell about. If you want me to come after, I want an XGov platform. I want the community to be able to propose things. I want those proposals to be voted on by the community. I want the best proposals to be up for vote by the entire Algorand holders. And I want those things to be enacted, because guess what? That will also be helpful for everybody, because then when those things fail, it's the community's fault. We didn't do a good job. We didn't make the right decisions. That's a much better thing. And I want to help anybody that is in charge of guiding the ship be connected to the needs and the wants of the Algorand community, right? Working together and stuff like that. You know, at some point, I'm sure there's some people being like, damn, why is Cooper so damn married to this shit? Like, his bags must be heavy. That's not what this is, folks. I've been doing this for 2 years. I've been talking to the same community, growing this community, starting on StockTwits to Algonauts to on Discord to Twitter. I've been creating actual relationships with people in there. I've met you out in the real world. This is a community to me at this point. And I will not just stick around blindly because of the community. But in the end, I have to be realistic about what I'm doing here. I got here because, yeah, I was impressed by Silvio. I'm an Italian. I liked it. I'm conservative in a lot of ways of my thinking and my investment. And so it was a more conservative choice, which is kind of spitting on me right now, I guess, but it has nothing to do with Algorand. That hasn't changed. Okay. And we saw it. It happens. It's happened on Ethereum plenty of times. It's happened on Solana more times than we need to talk about. So these things happen. And I want people that have lost money to become whole in some way, or I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know the answers to that. And I don't want to even chime in on how we would potentially do that yet until this is resolved. All right, everybody. Hey, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate everybody in this chat. And unless there is any other things that you would like me to respond to, it looks like Silvio can only tell that the majority of honest nodes signed the dishonest transfers. Algorand works as expected. As long as it isn't proven a flaw in the chain, he has nothing to do with this shit. I know, man. I know. Now, there does at some point become an obligation to narrative and the feel, the vibe, whatever you want to call it. Of course, there becomes an obligation to that and to, trying to be helpful to the community through a difficult time. So that will come in time, I assume. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern. I'll continue talking about this and hopefully some other things as well. Peace.